Welcome to Mainland, your local regional television station. I'm Graham O'Brien, and some of the stories coming up in today's news. Sun shines over fear. Nautical camping not fun for some. Climate science not all it seems, and more. The annual plan consultations drop-in sessions got off to a slow start on Wednesday afternoon at the Nelson Library when only a handful of concerned residents made the effort to speak to the Mayor on issues they feel are in need of Council's attention. This was the first of 3 drop-in sessions being held, with the next ones at Tahuna Library on Sunday the 3rd of April from 11 till 12 p.m. and Stoke Library on Wednesday the 6th of April from 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. If you wish to have your say on the annual plan, please contact Nelson City Council or fill out a submission online. Submissions close 11th of April. Billions of dollars have been spent on climate science around the world, and still money is being poured into what could be seen as a bottomless pit of science research on a topic that some scientists, labelled as climate skeptics, feel is a natural transition for our planet. Chrissy Small spoke to Dr. Gerrit van der Lingen in our studio this week about his new book on the topic of climate change.
In the studio today we have Gerrit van der Lingen, who is of course living in Nelson, another refugee from Christchurch. Gerrit has been here for 5 years with his wife and has just completed and about to publish The Fable of a Stable Climate, which is this fabulous book. Now, your qualifications are very good, and obviously you have some great vision on what climate change is really all about. Would you like to share it with us, some of the stories you've got in here?
Yes, because this book is really my memoirs, because I've been involved in the climate debate for 15 years. So I decided now, I turn 83 this year, so I decided to put it all together in a book, because I've written lots of articles, essays, I've been involved in debates. And I just checked before I came here that I gave a talk here on climate. It was in 2008, and that was here in the council chambers, right, organized amongst others by the Science Society here in Nelson. And I've been involved also in debates in the letter pages of the Nelson Mail, and also written a few articles in Nelson Mail. It's all in here in this book. And so I'm very pleased that this is out now, and probably I can now think of doing something else. But my main concern was, I'm a geologist. The main objections to the man-made climate change, or man-made global warming really, they call it climate change these days, is that if you look at the history of climate change in the past, and last week I gave at Rutherford Retirement Village, I gave a talk called 5 billion years of climate change. Yes. And I showed how climate has changed all the time. You know, from billions to millions to thousands of years. And if you take, for instance, the last 10,000 years after the last ice age, we have had a period for instance, in about 6,000 to 8,000 years ago, it was a lot warmer than it is now. And then we had, in the Minoan times, there was a warm period. There was a warm period in Roman times. And I also joke because then the glaciers in the Alps retreated because it was so warm in Roman times. And that helped, of course, Hannibal when he went with his elephants across the Alps to invade northern Italy. But anyhow, and then we had the Dark Ages cold period, and then there was a lot of movement of populations. And then we had the medieval warm period.
Right.
It was warmer now, and then for especially the Little Ice Age.
Yes.
You know, it was so cold.
So most people would say, yes, we know climate change has occurred before, and it isn't. The planet is a constant changing entity anyway with climate. But I think what is becoming apparent, or what people are seeing, is that mankind and what we're doing with our industry and the way we're growing our crops and our methane production has increased the speed.
Well, there's no evidence of that.
No evidence?
No,
Yet
because
there are other scientists
people
saying there are?
They often, yes, they say that carbon dioxide, especially
Yes.
from burning fossil fuels, is causing global warming. But that's not based on actual observations. It's based on climate models, on computer models. And there is no, for instance, the last 80 years there have been no warming at all. And a lot of these other aspects you don't find in the media generally don't give much attention to people like myself who are sometimes called climate skeptics. I rather call ourselves climate realists, and or we have called climate change deniers. Well, that's a silly term, because if I give a talk about 4 billion years of climate change, it
You're
shows
not
that
denying it.
I'm not denying climate change
No.
at all. So there is no solid observation-based evidence that carbon dioxide is causing dangerous global warming. It has a little bit of effect, but so tiny, so tiny that we can't even measure it.
So, Garrett, you're not really denying climate change, but you're saying it's always occurred, and that mankind has little influence over it.
Yes,
Right.
and there are so many natural factors, but the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, which brings out these reports, their brief was to study the effect of carbon dioxide. And they have ignored a lot of the other evidence. But there are thousands of well-qualified scientists who are of the same opinion, who are very critical of what we call the dogma of global warming. And it's not politically correct these days,
Right.
I realize. And we're not making much headway because we are basically ignored by the media. But there are thousands of us.
Well, in a sense, you're quite well qualified to be commenting, aren't you?
I think so.
In this, so this book currently it's not available in the stores, but it soon will be.
Yes.
Where will people find a copy of this book of yours?
Well, I know that Page and Blackmore here in Nelson,
Yes.
they're going to stock it. And also they are working on an e-book version. But it's all still in the process of being organized.
Right. Okay. How many years has it taken you to put this together?
Well, this is the results, what is in it is the results of 15 years
15.
of activities in the climate debate, giving lectures, writing articles, writing essays.
So when did you decide to collate it all together into a book?
Oh, that's when I turned 80. I thought it's about time to make up the balance.
Right.
But then it takes a lot of time to put it all properly together.
Yes.
And then it was printed here in Stoke by Copy Press.
Right.
And they put it all together. They how do you call it?
They
The layout.
collated it and
The layout.
yes.
And I'm very impressed by the quality of the color photographs,
Yes.
because it's 418 pages, and there are 90 pages of color. So
Right. And now this will not be in technical language. It will be for every person who can understand
Yes.
the written word will be able to understand what you're saying in this
it's
book.
not a scientific treatise.
Yes.
No, it's just the debate about it,
Yes.
and the controversy. The controversy is quite clear. Of course, quite a bit of quite strong debates. Let's put it that way. I have reproduced in the book here.
Right. And so what are you going to do now that you've written the book?
I probably can't get away from it totally. I'll keep an eye on what's happening.
Yes.
And there's a lot happening internationally. But I have lots of other hobbies. I play the violin, and we have formed with my former GP, he just retired. We call ourselves the Doctors Duo, and we've played, for instance, in retirement villages.
Oh, great.
We give concerts, classical
Yes.
music, and so I have a lot of other interest, which
Great.
keeps me busy.
Well, that's exciting, and maybe we'll be able to get you both in here to show us some of your music at some stage. That would be lovely.
That would be nice, yes.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming in, and congratulations on the completion of this book.
Yes, I'm
I'm
very...
sure anyone involved in climate change or wanting to know more, this would be an ideal read. We hear the other side of the argument all the time through the media, of course, and in magazines and articles.
Yes.
But this is probably a really good balance to make your decisions from.
I hope so.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
It's lovely to have you here.
Thank you.
A 36-year-old Nelson man was extremely lucky last week after being rescued from the water in Tasman Bay on Friday afternoon when he was tipped from his outrigger canoe in choppy seas. Police were first alerted about 2:30 p.m. when a member of the public reported the canoe washed up onto Hunanui Beach. A search was then mounted and the Coast Guard located the man who was wearing a life jacket in the water off the boulder bank. Police said the outcome could have been very different if the person who had found the canoe had not thought to call police immediately. Police would like to remind those involved in water sports and anyone enjoying the outdoors to ensure they let someone know their intentions before heading out and always wear a life jacket on the water. A reminder that new speed limits will come into effect in the Tasman district from Friday the 1st of April, so keep an eye on the signs and be prepared to slow down, with speed limit drops taking place on 26 local roads throughout the district. Police will be enforcing the new limits, which have been changed in response to community concerns about traffic speeds on their local roads and also to meet best practice safety guidelines. Have you ever wanted to be in the Guinness Book of World Records? Well, the local Victory Community Centre is giving us all a chance with a record-breaking poi twirling attempt. I spoke with Nicola Bear, the coordinator for this event, to find out more. Nikki, we're used to Victory Community Centre being the first to do something in Nelson, but now maybe the first in the world. Can you tell us more about that, please?
Yes, well, we're planning a world first Victory poi spinning event. We want as many people as possible around Victory and in the whole Nelson region to come along to Victory Square Park to be a part of history. We want to have the largest group of poi spinning consecutively for 2 to 5 minutes. Just to make our mark.
And who else who has the record at the moment?
There's little similar records around, but not actually the largest group all in one spot at the moment. So we're aiming between 250 to 500, maybe 1,000 people. It doesn't matter, just as many as possible.
Well, world record team, the more the merrier, isn't it?
Right.
And you want people to register for that or just turn up on the day and hope for the best?
Yeah, so we're asking everyone to pre-register, so before 3 p.m. on the 1st of April, and you can either do that by coming into the centre or doing it online. Have a look at our website, have a look at our Facebook page, we're updating all the time on there, and you can email us as well.
Sure. Now, 1,000 people probably don't all have pois at home, so are you furiously making pois or what's going on?
We are. We've got a great team making poi at the moment. We have workshops at lunchtime and people are taking them home. We're plaiting, we're cutting, we're asking for foam mattresses. If anyone has any old foam mattresses, they make great stuffing for poi.
And there's going to be a bit of training beforehand so we can all get into it?
Yes. Well, always practicing. Anyone's welcome to come to the centre at any time to have a go. We've got poi here, we're making them all the time. And before the actual official attempt, which is at 5 p.m. on the 13th of April, we will have some practice sessions and maybe get some celebrities up there giving it a go as well.
And you got an official from Guinness Book of Records coming along?
Yeah, so we're doing the official record with Guinness, but we have our own adjudicators and spotters, so yeah, it's all official Guinness stuff, and then they will confirm it afterwards, say that we've actually made a Guinness record. Okay. Yeah.
If you would like to register for this world record attempt, please contact the Victory Community Centre. Following up on last week's storm, the Tasman region was hard hit overnight last Wednesday by a heavy rainfall, leaving the low-lying areas of Rewalker suffering the most, with houses evacuated after the Rewalker River overflowed. Local officials estimated that the flow of the river reached around 200 cubic metres per second, making it the second highest level since records began in 1982, corresponding to approximately a 1 in 50-year flood event. Flooding, fallen trees and landslides in the Tasman district caused over a dozen road closures. Even Motueka's High Street suffered from flooding, with several commercial buildings affected by water, and traffic management was still in place on the main street on Thursday afternoon. The coastal road along Ruby Bay was also affected and was forced down to one lane due to the debris washed ashore during the height of the storm. Due to the amount of road flooding, damage around the area, Tasman District Council Works and Traffic Management appeared to be unable to clear the Ruby Bay Strafford Drive coastal road until late in the afternoon on Thursday. This left vehicle drivers to traverse a debris-laden road without assistance, leaving cars to drive on the wrong side of the road into oncoming traffic. Fortunately, considerate driving by some meant that vehicles travelling along that stretch of road did not become additional casualties. Meanwhile, in the Ruby Bay McKee Domain campground, things did not fare so well for some, judging by the campers' tents placed on ground that had become sodden and submerged. With Easter weekend looming, we saw one determined caravan camper arriving at the domain, continuing on his merry way onto the nautical campground, driving through the water in what we assume was an effort to find a dry place to berth for the long weekend. Things fortunately dried out by Easter for this year's Mapua Easter Fair. Traffic management at the Mapua Corner was handled by parents who had to deal with the nose-to-tail traffic in all directions. This year's visitor numbers for attendees was down on previous years, but made browsing a lot easier and shorter queues for the fun rides. With a $2 set entry price this year per person and an estimated 12,000 people attending, the funds raised from this 34th annual Mapua Easter Fair go directly to both Mapua Play Centre and Mapua School. With the Mapua Domain housing the fair's 300 plus stalls, rides and a variety of acoustic music, the main stage area was a popular place for people to sit and enjoy the sounds. We leave you now with a snippet of the day.
This is another one of my original songs. It's called I Want More.
After the break, we'll bring you the latest weather update and some events and happenings coming up from around the region.
Why would you want to pay as much as $1,000 for a single bed mattress when you can buy a high quality locally made mattress like this for as little as $220? And a queen size mattress could cost you in excess of $3,000, but at Nelson Beds you could have a mattress like this as low as $425. So why would you go out and spend a fortune on your child's bedroom when you can come to Nelson Beds and buy a complete single mattress and base set, a 7-drawer Scotch chest, a headboard and a 3-drawer bedside cabinet for as little as $979? So call and discuss our custom manufacturing options and local after sales service at Nelson Beds, Nelson's only bedding manufacturer.
Welcome to Smugglers Pub and Cafe, open 7 days a week with free parking all day. Our lunch menus have that fat old-fashioned flavour where we treat you like treasure with the food you'll savour.
We cater for children, grannies and granddads too, with special rates and privileges given to the elderly lunchtime crew. Our staff are friendly and kind and want to see you all come back time after time.
Daytime or evening, it doesn't matter. Give us a call on 546 4084 and we'll be happy to spoil ya.
We're the team at JCar, right here in Nelson, 120 Hardy Street. Our shop is full of electronic items,
including security alarm systems, electronic components,
solar and power,
electronics toys,
sound systems, cables, and much, much more.
JCar.
120 Hardy Street, Nelson.
World War I was a defining period in our history, impacting greatly on the lives of people from the Nelson province. Memories of the First World War is an exhibition which will be displayed in a number of regional venues and is currently on at the Nelson Provincial Museum.
Sit and Be Fit is on at the Victory Community Centre Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. at the Victory Community Church, 238 Upper Vanguard Street. School terms only. Fun while you get fitter, work at your level. For more information, please contact Shirley on 547 1433 or 021 121 8023.
Victory 60 Plus is on Tuesdays at 1:30 through to 3:30 p.m. at 238 Upper Vanguard Street. You can join in for cards, games and a cuppa.
On behalf of the team here at Mainland Television News, thank you for joining us, and we'll bring you the latest news and events from around the region again tomorrow.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.
Are you looking for a scooter, walker, wheelchair, baby seats or pushchairs? Then come in and see the Nelson Region Specialist at Mobility for You, 269 Queen Street, Richmond, opposite the library. We have a huge selection of scooters, walkers, wheelchairs and accessories, along with a free booklet guide. We also provide a breakdown service if you ever get a puncture or a flat battery. We have fully equipped service vans to rescue you. Hi, I'm Robin Jordan and I invite you to call in and see the friendly team at Mobility for You, 269 Queen Street, Richmond, opposite the library.
From Cresswell's on Market Street, we've fitted footwear for all seasons, all reasons. For summer times in the sounds, for solid support on the sidelines, for social events around town, for good times round the grapevines. That's why at Cresswell's we believe in fitting footwear correctly so you get the best out of quality shoes and sandals and can then get the best out of life.
Cresswell Special Service, it's unique, helping keep Marlborough on its feet for over 60 years.
Welcome me hearties to Smugglers Pub and Cafe, famous for hearty meals, craft ales and a friendly service way. Sensational seasonal menus with meals all day and evening too, or sail in for a snack with special menus for young smugglers and you. Settle in for a jolly old time, relax and enjoy our award-winning dining and lovely fine wine. Decked out in an old worldly way, we're open 7 days. Book or come on in to 8 Muritai Street, not far from a beach, walk or swim. Phone 546408.
Hi there, Julian Toon, Waimea Telecommunications. We install and maintain domestic and commercial satellite TV, UHF Freeview and Mainland TV installations in the Nelson, Tasman regions. We specialise in Panasonic telephone systems and provide communications, Wi-Fi, IT and wiring for internet, fibre, computers and DSL systems. At Waimea Telecommunications, we also provide specialist electronic systems for features such as a security camera you can watch on your TV, visitor alert systems and much more. Improve your security and communication and entertainment today. Call us on Waimea Telecommunications on 021 472297, ytel.co.nz.
Why would you want to pay as much as $1,000 for a single bed mattress when you can buy a high quality locally made mattress like this for as little as $220? And a queen size mattress could cost you in excess of $3,000, but at Nelson Beds you could have a mattress like this as low as $425. So why would you go out and spend a fortune on your child's bedroom when you can come to Nelson Beds and buy a complete single mattress and base set, a 7-drawer Scotch chest, a headboard and a 3-drawer bedside cabinet for as little as $979? So call and discuss our custom manufacturing options and local after sales service at Nelson Beds, Nelson's only bedding manufacturer.
Christchurch's top 10 holiday park, situated on 5 hectares of beautiful park-like settings. Only 5 kilometres from Christchurch town centre. 10 minutes from Christchurch International Airport and minutes away from Northlands Mall and all its facilities, including a 24-hour supermarket. And just across the road is a great variety of restaurants to choose from. Christchurch Top 10 Holiday Park has been a family-owned business for over 40 years and a proud member of the Top 10 Holiday Park Group, New Zealand's premier holiday parks chain. Our Top 10 Holiday Park is world-renowned as a family park and provides a wide range of facilities such as a heated swimming pool, bike hire, free barbecues, a jumping pillow, trampolines, a family games and TV room, and wireless internet. Accommodation options cater for a wide variety to suit all needs, from tent and camper van sites to family, luxury and corporate motels. And to make life easy for wary travellers, we even have a drive-through camper van check-in. At our Top 10 Holiday Park, we even provide housing solutions for earthquake-damaged houses and help with insurance approval. Come visit the Christchurch Top 10 Holiday Park, one of New Zealand's premier holiday parks, and experience all that Canterbury and Christchurch have to offer, right on our doorstep. Christchurch's amazing Top 10 Holiday Park. Top experience, always.
Meadow Park, located on Cranford Street near the main North Road, Christchurch.
Welcome to Smugglers Pub and Cafe, open 7 days a week with free parking all day. Our lunch menus have that fat old-fashioned flavour where we treat you like treasure with the food you'll savour.
We cater for children, grannies and granddads too, with special rates and privileges given to the elderly lunchtime crew. Our staff are friendly and kind and want to see you all come back time after time.
Daytime or evening, it doesn't matter. Give us a call on 546 4084 and we'll be happy to spoil ya.
Hi there, Julian Toon, Waimea Telecommunications. We install and maintain domestic and commercial satellite TV, UHF Freeview and Mainland TV installations in the Nelson, Tasman regions. We specialise in Panasonic telephone systems and provide communications, Wi-Fi, IT and wiring for internet, fibre, computers and DSL systems. At Waimea Telecommunications, we also provide specialist electronic systems for features such as a security camera you can watch on your TV, visitor alert systems and much more. Improve your security and communication and entertainment today. Call us on Waimea Telecommunications on 021 472297, ytel.co.nz.